Okay, here we are discussing none other than who's this? Jasmine Crockett. Crockett, what a name. It's obviously problematic, really problematic. Crockett told theGrio. theGrio is this black-related, if you can call it news organization. They only care about like black stuff. And and they have, by the way, one of the logos of theGrio. You just have to look it up. It looks like a dick. You know, blacks are proud of their dicks. You know, and this thing looks exactly like a prick. Uh, okay, so he says even the most quote unquote well-intentioned white folk. Oh, I see. Well-intentioned white folk has to be put in quote. Sometimes behind closed doors may say things about us. Well, we always do. I got news for you. It doesn't matter your political affiliation. Okay, so she's making a comment about a man by the name of James Talarico, uh, Texas state representative, who was accused of calling Colin Alfred. I'm not sure who that is, but some kind of a. I think it's this guy here, a very light-skinned black male. Um, his former opponent in a race, a mediocre black male. Well, I guess he's right. Since when have you met a black anybody who's not mediocre, or even actually mediocre would be a compliment? I mean, let's face it. This is a race that never contributed anything to civilization. Um, never invented anything, never discovered anything, never built anything, never created anything. Okay, so Talarico, who is white, although he could be Italian or he could be Mexican, so I'm not sure, denied making the claim about Alfred. Uh, this quote black. I mean, anyone who's like 1% black, other blacks refer him as a brother. To run. Okay, so his current opponent, I suppose Talarico's, is Crockett. All right, so presumably, I guess he's what? He's a Republican. Talarico, I'm not sure. So she believes the claim from TikTok. Okay, all right. So they get the news, these blacks, because they can't read, so they have to get their news from a TikTok influencer. See? They just love to watch videos. It is obviously really problematic, Crockett says. I think that so many black people fear, well, that they don't have to fear, that even the most quote unquote well intentioned white folks sometimes behind closed doors. Okay, so my guess is that this guy, Talarico, is a Democrat who's running in the primaries against Crockett. Anyway, um, this loudmouth by the name of Crockett, 44 years old, civil rights. Civil rights is just another word for stealing money from white people. Civil rights attorney. How the hell did she become an attorney? I think that there is a real fear that a lot of just okay. Well, listen. Um, all right. So nothing much here. For one, Crockett said Alfred's fiery response was rare, for typically even-tempered and measured. Oh, okay. Former NFL player. All right. So this very light-skinned black is a former NFL player, whom she's known for years before the two served separately in the House of Representatives. All right. So that's the guy. I mean, it's the same story. Blacks resentful of what white people say because they know it's the truth. Because if white people say, you know, you're mediocre, you have low intelligence, you have low IQ, they know that white people are telling the truth, and they hate that. So they want to create this um, delusion that somehow they're just as good as white people, which of course they're not. And so they make more noise because they. I think the reason why blacks are so loud. If you ever seen this Crockett female, a member of a different species, by the way, because whites and so-called blacks are really different species. We are different species. The Negroid race really belongs to a species called uh, Homo erectus. If you ever seen photos of Homo erectus, you realize what I'm talking about. And so, so they're loud because they don't know how to do anything else. You know, white people, they don't have to be loud because we are the one that invent everything, create everything, develop everything, build everything, discover everything. We don't have to be loud. But blacks have to be loud because otherwise they will never be noticed. And so this Crockett Homo erectus has to be loud about everything. Never achieves anything, never creates anything, never builds anything, never employs anybody. Only white people do that. And it's and the fact that we actually put up with this crap is really quite unbelievable. Um, just pathetic. We should just come out and say, listen, without white people, you'll starve to death. Let's face it. Without white people, your species will all starve to death. Homo erectus. First of all, you're going to have all the Arabs, even though Arabs, Middle Easterns, are only maybe about 2% of the population. I guarantee you, if there weren't any white people in this country or the world, all these Arabs would enslave blacks the way they did for hundreds of years. And they would chop off their dicks, because that's what they did, by the way. The Arabs chopped off black slaves' dicks. And they still do, by the way. But, just inferior, low intelligent, loudmouth, Homo erectus. Thank you.